Welcome to Isis in the Bible, the Winter Gathering, week number 6, Immortality. The question for today is, do you think you have the ability to live as long as you want? Well, we went around the room and we got some really, really cool responses, and most of them were towards the yes, absolutely. We know our spirit's immortal, and what about the body? So I look forward to adding those to the video, and so the readers out there and the viewers can see them. Well, this image speaks volumes. It really does. Knowing that it's totally up to you when you leave the visible. Of course, you can choose when you go. It's already that way, and it's always shows up when we do natal charts, when people leave the visible. But what does the cobra, vulture, and the hook and the flail mean? The crook and the flail, the Urim and the Thummim that's in the Bible. Why did we spend all that energy to leave all those beautiful messages on the Egyptian walls? Glad you could join us today. So happy Moon Day. Today's a full moon day. And I said, hi, Oma, because Oma means grandmother. And that's because Mother Mary is on the cusp. Remember, this is why it's there. All right, so at 0 degrees. So this is on a cusp, which is called the field of reeds, the circle of fifths in music, because there's a harmonic on every fifth. So this full moon, you can see the sun is between Capricorn and Aquarius, and the moon is between Cancer and Leo. And this is the meridian of Greenwich, which is really cool. So this full moon is on a harmonic fifth, which I don't know about you all, but today's been very special. A lot of loving gatherings happened today to speak about love, forgiveness, and all these beautiful energies. And then the next full moon is also going to be on a cusp. And this is the meridian of Alexandria, again on the harmonic fifths, just before Uranus, and we'll talk about that, jumps into Taurus. For the final time, it's crossing this line back and forth. And I've been picking Thera, Greece, because that's what this app only picks Thera, which is where the earthquakes have been happening. So 2 beautiful full moons, very energetic, as you know, with Neptune. We've been talking about that. So in Santorini, Greece, if you haven't heard about it, is should I stay or should I go? So they're doing in the Bible, Exodus. A lot of immigration is going to happen, just like the animals leaving for a tsunami. When Mother Nature cleanses, we move out of the way. We should know that. So a lot of people are going through, should I stay or should I go right now? And people are leaving the island. Since late January 2025, Santorini and nearby islands in the Aegean Sea have experienced an unprecedented series of over 12,000 earthquakes, with magnitudes reaching up to 5.3. This intense seismic activity has led the Greek authorities to declare a state of emergency. More than 11,000 people left, and tourists. So schools have been closed, emergency response team, including rescue units and military personnel, have been deployed. I don't like using the word military. People, brothers and sisters are helping each other. So they're watching what's going on, and some experts are saying, well, no, there's going to be a big one, and some, then they're arguing. They're both 50% split. So this is where people got to trust your inner knowing, but also if your waters are pure, you will always be safe and guarded because you get to live as long as you want, right? So March 14th, the day of that full moon, the moon crosses the north and the south node. And I'll show you that north and south node with Neptune is at high energy. That's what's caused the 9.0 magnitude on the Richter scale. So this is one of the times that I'm saying for March 14th, probably is going to be very high energy around 4 p.m. That's for Greece time. The energies in Saturn and the Sun, and then Saturn is about to cross with Ceres, and we'll talk about that. But also know that on March 18th, this is the final day that Uranus goes for the third time across, and Uranus is that bull. That's Taurus's home. There's a reason why there's a bull in front of the stock market. It's because when the bull through the china shop means we're going to fix things. And Uranus represents the womb, the sky, your house. If you're leaving your house, this is what that means. And this happened before in the late 30s and early 40s. Last time Uranus went into Taurus. Of course, people don't see this because they're not using the astrology of what's actually in the sky. So we're just showing you what we see. And there's the exact date and time that Uranus enters Taurus in Eastern. It might be daylight savings time by then. Looks like so March 18th is when Uranus goes into Taurus. So expect things to happen with the stock market. Maybe not on that day, but it truly is the fall of Babylon, the ego. So people are going to start realizing who they really are. So here was from last meeting, we showed that February 7th is going to be the really, really high energy. The North Node did its little retrograde. And that was it. So one day later is when Honduras had the 8.0 magnitude earthquake. I said 9 earlier, but it was 8. So the energies are there and they're predictable. We're getting better at it. Valentine's Day. Relationships. Ceres is at play when people leave the visible. Ceres is going to meet with the sun on Valentine's Day this year. So when you leave the visible, you're now going to come back and have another relationship. You're going into a new womb. So Ceres also is at play when people come together, relationships. So relationships can really come together this Valentine's Day because people are doing their loving work. So keep an eye out for that for this Valentine's Day on relationships. It could be a relationship with an animal. It could be with a person. It could be with a new baby. All good stuff. Okay, so that's enough about in the sky. Immortality and mastering the Naga, aka the snake. Notice that the Naga, aka the cobra, okay, that's the cobra. It's coming. The cobra and the vulture come out of the third eye, right? Which is really the first eye. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. What do those two represent coming out of that third eye? Somebody told me that, call it the first eye. So the essence of immortality, exploring immortality beyond the physical body, understanding spiritual, metaphysical, and energetic continuance in alignment with ancient wisdom. It is very apparent in the natal chart that Venus is the symbol of life. Everybody will tell you that. Venus is the symbol of life. As you can see, it's only half of the infinity sign. Because when you take the picture of the sun at the exact same time every day, it makes the infinity sign. This is where we know we're infinite. And the sun is the physical body. So we're infinite, always coming back, reincarnating. We're infinite. But Venus represents just the body while we're here in this one lifetime. That's why it's got the cross, dying on the cross. That's why Venus's symbol is that of the Ankh, which represents all life, all in the flesh. So the sun is infinite, is the infinity sign. So that's the essence of immortality. It shows you in the sky. This is where the infinity symbol came from. It's important to know that all these beautiful symbols left on the Egyptian walls are there for us to remind us that we're infinite. So again, the Naga symbol, the guardians of divine knowledge. The significance of the Naga in ancient cultures as symbols of wisdom, regeneration, like Kat said, they go through a what? Shedding of the skin. Their eyes get covered over. They go into the dark. It's like a chrysalis and a butterfly. So yes, they are reincarnating in the current body. Mother Nature shows you all day long that it's possible. So yes, you can regenerate in this body without having to leave and come through another womb. You're kind of making a womb right there with that shedding of the skin. So the Naga is the snake. And as you know, the snake, when it travels, what does it do? You can see the sine wave. It's the waves that we talk about in the 5-step forgiveness process. So mastering the Naga, the snake, the cobra, is mastering the waves you leave behind. You got to really understand what actions you do. Your third eye, or your first eye, will show you with everything around you. Everything is a sign. Every vibration that you're come in contact with is showing you the way, is showing you that you have to become this master. They hold the crook and the flail. The crook is what, like Lex says, it holds the chaff, and the flail knocks the seed off. For what? To regenerate the seed, right? We use it for food. But this is mean you now have earned the self-harvesting tools. You choose when you go, because you've mastered the Naga, and we'll talk about the vulture and the meaning of that. So harnessing the divine life energy, not a force. Force is out. The energy is the pure love within. Techniques and principles to align with love, aka the ether, mastering breath. In other words, mastering your waves, mastering your lessons, and vibrational frequencies for longevity and vitality. The third eye, this is your transmitter receiver of really high frequencies towards the infinite spectrum called love. You can connect with those. So the pineal gland is the eternal awareness. The role of the pineal gland, the true Christ anointing, is accessing higher consciousness, those higher vibrations. And it's how its activation connects for longevity and spiritual immortality, but also the physical, not immortality, physical immortality, but longevity you can definitely achieve. So the pineal gland, often referred to as the seat of the soul, plays a vital role in consciousness, spiritual longevity. This concept is deeply rooted in ancient Egyptian wisdom, where the eye of Horus symbolizes, this is the eye of Horus right here, it symbolizes higher perception, the ability to transcend physical limitations. How do you use that? What we're doing right now, this simple discussion on waves and how we keep the heart as light as a feather, that is the awareness. It doesn't get any deeper than that. It's simple. It's very, very simple. Don't make this look complicated. It's not. This is just you trying to achieve liberation. You're infinite. Get over it. You are the one you've been waiting for, and you're being enlightened by what you used to know. We're all guiding each other to this water. So activating and understanding the pineal gland is believed to lead to eternal awareness, which it is, allowing one to tap into the divine life pure potential and higher realms of existence. It's this simple. Again, you don't have to go and study anything else. It's really, really simple. It's just mastering the snake, the vibrations. So live as long as you choose, myth or mastery. Challenging conventional beliefs about lifespan. Examining ancient practices, metaphysical laws, and personal sovereignty over life and death. The Naga, the serpent, represents the coiling forces of karma, cycles of action and reaction, bound to the currents of time. To master the serpent is to master the undulations of cause and effect, like we talked about, the pebble in the pond. Learning to still the waters of emotional and energetic turbulence. Do that with repainting your images. The snake teaches us to ride the waves with wisdom, transmuting lower instincts into divine awareness. So let's talk a little bit about the vulture. Why is the vulture coming out of the head of the Egyptian? Your third eye, the pineal gland. The vulture is in contrast to the snake. It soars effortlessly above, making no waves. Its wings are just out. It moves with the winds, unbound by the currents below, untouched by the weight of consequence. The vulture symbolizes immaculate conception. Remember, the vultures are only female. They don't have males. We're going back to that, folks, immaculate conception. They are creation free from karmic entanglement, manifestation through pure intent, not reaction. To rise as the vultures, to move without distortion, guiding in the ether of higher realms where action flows from stillness and sovereignty over life is fully realized. Mastery lies in the balance, understanding the serpent's waves without being caught in them, and soaring like the vulture, untethered, yet aware of all below. So that's where this comes in. We've showed this before. Mastering the snake, Mother Mary stepping on the snake with the moon at her feet. This is mastering the Naga. This is mastering the waves that you leave behind. The snake is leaving waves behind, isn't it? But it's leaving straight lines. So there's a much metaphysical meaning to leaving those straight lines as it's moving. It's showing you the snake can leave waves, but it's also showing that it leaves straight lines, which are unmodulated, pure love. That's riding the ether. So this image is all about that. The image is about mastering that snake, the actions that you do, the words that you say, the images that you keep. That's how you master the Naga and soar like the eagle or the vulture. And that's all we have for today.